Hello there, pretty lady. Today I have this full glam drugstore makeup look for you, and I wanted to show you that you can get a high-end look without using high-end products. Okay, so please keep on watching this video if you want to see how to achieve this look. Also, this video is in collaboration with the beautiful CLARISSA'S here on YouTube. She also did a full drugstore makeup look. I will have her link down below. Go check her out, subscribe to her, and tell her that I sent you. Okay, so I'm going to start by priming my face with the silicone gel. It's going to fill in my pores and give me a smooth canvas to work with. Then I'm going to apply this mattifying foundation that I am absolutely in love with. I'm going to apply this to my face and blend it out by stippling it with a damp sponge. It has a medium to full coverage and it's about $11. I'm going to upload my foundation routine next week, so stay tuned for that. Next, I'm going to prime my eyes so my eyeshadow shows up brighter and doesn't crease. This is my holy grail primer. I have repurchased this like 20 times. It's $1. You can get it anywhere you need this. Okay girl, let me tell you. This brow pencil is basically the exact same as the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil, but for half the price, and it's amazing. And I've been really loving my brows lately. They're exactly how I wanted them to be. I love them, and I got requested to do an updated brow routine, so I will have that up very soon as well. Taking a light concealer, I like to clean up and brighten right under the arch of my brow all the way to the tip. This will help make my eyes seem more lifted. And that's the completed brow. Finding drugstore transition color eyeshadows are so hard to find, but this duo is great. I'm taking the lighter shade and applying it with a fluffy brush basically all over the crease to make blending easier. Okay, so next I'm applying the darker shade right into my crease with a smaller blending brush to deepen up the eyes. This is going to give my eyes more definition. I'm also bringing this color up slowly and then blending it with the previous fluffy brush. Now I'm wetting my brush with eye drops. This is going to intensify the pigmentation of the eyeshadow, and I'm going to apply the darkest color from this quad all over the mobile lid, and I'm tapping this on, not swiping. And oh my god, these eyeshadows almost turn creamy when they're wet, and the sparkle in them shows up really nicely. I love them. They're very inexpensive. This was about $7 at Walmart. Now I'm going back into that dark purple, but with a denser brush this time to help blend the edges of the wet eyeshadow I just applied. I'm also going to bring this color up past my natural crease because I want the eyeshadows to show when my eyes are open, not only when I look down or when I close my eyes. Then I'm blending that purple into the transition color with the brush that I used to apply the darker transition shade. I hope that makes sense. Just reapplying a little bit more of the wet purple because I lost some of it with all the blending. Using a wet brush again, I'm going to go into the medium purple color and I'm going to apply this to the center of my eyelid. And I'm going to be tapping this on again, and I'm not going to bring this up to the crease like I did with the dark color. I'm going to grab the brush at the end because I want to have a very light hand so that I can blend this out without bringing that lighter purple to the rest of the eye, okay? Does that make sense? I hope it does. I don't want to spread the light color. I just want to keep it where it is. I just want to blend out the harsh edges. So I'm using a very light hand. Then I'm just going to quickly go over the edges of that to blend it out even more. Since that was such hard work, I'm only going to apply a thin liquid liner with no wing to keep the attention on my eyeshadow and not on my eyeliner. Then I'm going to coat my eyelashes with my favorite mascara in preparation for falsies. I'm using eyelashes that have length but not too much volume because, again, I want the eyeshadow to be the focus of attention, and eyelashes with lots of volume will cover up the eyeshadow. What a difference falsies make. I'm going to brighten and conceal my under eyes by applying concealer in a triangle shape. Then I'm going to spread and blend it with this e.l.f. pointed foundation brush. To ensure that everything is nicely blended, I'm going to go over everything with my sponge and drag whatever is left on the sponge around my nose. So I'm going to be baking today because I'm going full glam, remember? So I'm putting some loose powder onto the cap. I had the fan on, so the powder was blowing in my face. Then I'm going to pick some powder up with my sponge and apply it over the concealer I just applied. Just right, but that's not all, honey. I'm going to apply it underneath the area where my contour will be to really make those bones pop. Oh, that sounds scary, bones popping. Okay, but anyways, I really like this powder. It didn't crease on me at all, but it is a little drying, so it could accentuate any fine lines that you might have, so just keep that in mind. So I applied concealer to my nose and forehead because it would look really weird if our cheeks are super bright and not the center of our face. And I blended the concealer on my nose with my fingers, and now I'm blending my forehead with that same pointed brush from before. I have been so obsessed with this palette, I just cannot put it down. But I'm setting my nose and forehead with the yellow powder by pressing it so that I don't move my concealer around. To contour my nose by taking a third contour shade, I'm going to draw 2 lines going from my brows to the tip of my nose. I'm also going to shade the tip / bottom of my nose so it can look slimmer and shorter. Then I'm blending the harsh lines with a small, clean blending brush to make it look as natural as possible. Using a small e.l.f. contour brush in that same contour color, I'm going to draw lines right underneath my actual cheekbones and stopping at the center of my cheeks. Contour color has gray undertones, so it looks like natural shadows on the face. I'm also going to apply this to my forehead with the same brush to make my forehead look a little smaller. Now I'm just going to blend the harsh lines away with this small stippling brush from e.l.f. Now I'm using a big, clean, fluffy brush to just sweep off the excess powder from my cheeks. Now I'm going to go into the first contour shade from the palette with an angled brush, and I'm going to bronze up my face. I'm going to apply this directly over that line that we drew and also a little bit above it. I'm going to apply this also to my forehead and underneath my chin. Next, I'm going to apply a baby pink blush because since we have so much going on with the eyes, again, I want to keep attention to my eyes, so I'm going to have a very subtle cheek. I'm just applying this to my cheekbones and then blending it back into my hairline. Using a fan brush, I'm going to go into the first highlight color in the palette, and I'm going to highlight right above my cheekbones, on the tip of my nose, and on my cupid's bow. Then I'm going to blend it with the brush. Now I'm going to finish off the eyes by applying that medium purple color with a wet brush underneath my eyes and keeping it in the center. Then I'm going to go in with the darker color and apply it to my inner and outer corner. I didn't wet my brush for this darker color, I just keep going back into it to intensify it to my liking. Now I'm going to highlight my brow bone using the first matte setting powder in the palette. And this is a great idea to do if you have a lot of shimmer going on the eyelid and you still want to keep a matte but bright brow bone. And I'm going to highlight the inner corner using the same highlight shade that I applied on my cheekbones. Now I'm going to go into another Maybelline Little palette, and I'm going to grab the shimmery, sparkly color that's in here to apply it to my inner corner just for a little extra oomph. Then I'm going to apply some mascara to my bottom lashes, and that completes the eyes. Now I'm going to move on to my lips. I'm going to line them with a natural lip liner. I like to do this just to make my lips look a little bit more fuller because they are really thin. Then I'm going to top it off with Revlon Primrose, which is a baby pink lipstick that I love, and it goes great with the blush that we used, and that completes this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful, learned something new today. So please give it a thumbs up if you did, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and follow me on Instagram at GabDoll2. Mwah. Bye! Don't forget,